Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pop Spot, where we pop about all the spots we love in professional wrestling. And this week, we have a very special edition of the Pop Spot as we are talking AEW in Edmonton, Dynamite and Collision. This is a special Sunday episode because we are recording this on Thursday after seeing both shows. We were not releasing it until Sunday because we got spoilers to talk about, and we don't want to be jerks like that. So this is essentially our AEW Edmonton review and slash Dynasty preview.
This is essentially our lead into Dynasty. The Pop Spot will help lead into Dynasty with all of the hot Dynamite and Collision action. If you missed either broadcast, either on Wednesday or on Saturday for Collision, there's a ton to talk about. It was a super fun day in Edmonton on Wednesday.
Before we get to that, I'm your host, Andre C. Right over here joining me as always, the man with the voice of an angel. It's AWS. How you doing? How you doing, sir?
That's incredibly high praise coming from you. Thank you very much. I'm doing great. It's a Thursday. It is what it is.
Thursday.
I'm still.
But you're watching this on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's like time travel. I'm just still in awe of what I experienced at AEW. Every time I go to one of those big TV productions, one of the two big promotions, AEW or WWE, it's always a ton of fun. The crowd, it packed the Rogers Place pretty decently, I would say. I've heard like in some of the lead-ins, like the one in Winnipeg, I heard the attendance was kind of lacking. But the crowd was really loud from my perspective. I went and I looked at some replays that were on the show, and it was surprisingly quiet. Like, I don't know if that was just TV screwery or what the deal was, but it was way louder in that building than it was on the TV.
So I just looked at WrestleTix for their number count. The setup was for 4,253 people. They had sold 3,760 tickets inside of Rogers Place. So yeah,
that's almost the amount that they set up for. So nice, that's decent.
Yeah. So not bad numbers for them on that. In my humble opinion.
I agree.
I think it was more than last time.
I think it was more than last time.
Yeah. No, less than last time. Last time was 4,572, which was in 2024.
Yeah, that was a while ago. But yeah, no, this it was a great day on Wednesday. You came, you picked me up. We went over a little early. We went to the Druid, a lovely Irish pub right across the street, and we met someone very special.
Yeah, I got the picture right here. I got to meet Braden Harrington from Post Wrestling / his main channel, Poison Rana. Got the Poison Rana.
Yeah, you got the pin there. I've got it upstairs.
Rocking my Poison Rana pin right now. Shout out to Braden Harrington. He was in town visiting some family, so he was coming out to see Dynamite. And yeah, we met up before the show, had a drink. It was just hung out for about half an hour, just chit-chatted. It was really nice to meet dude. I've been listening to him forever. Probably like 2015 is when I started.
Yeah.
He did with Jason Agnew at the time, and the stuff he was doing with all the guys from Law, now Post Wrestling / Poison Rana. And yeah, I absolutely adored meeting him before the show. It was a great way to kick day off. And then we got into the show, which started with dark match, right?
Yeah, it started with the dark match featuring the disco dancing man himself, Levi Knight, and I may have this name wrong, but I double checked with a couple people this morning, and I think I do have the name correct. It's Rosario Grillo teaming up with Levi Knight, and they're taking on the team of Serpentico and Luther. I believe their name was it Chaos Theory?
Yes,
Chaos
they're part of a faction called Chaos Theory.
Yeah,
Luther teamed up with Tony Storm, not working out indefinitely, saying about a year. He and getting in the ring and still I'm gonna say he's in his 50s.
He's definitely in the twilight of his career, and he's still moving like he's 30-something.
Yeah, he actually looks really good. I'm just looking up Doctor.
Yeah, no worries. I didn't take a ton of notes. We didn't take a ton of notes. We were more so
I
experienced.
took no notes.
Yeah, he took no notes. I took some notes of things that I wanted to talk about, but it's mostly just us briefly going over some of the stuff that happened during the show. Uh, yeah, the pre-match was very cool. Luther was really into it. He was really getting the crowd into it. You could tell he was psyched to be here, which was cool.
Yeah, I thought really fun. And then Serpentico and Luther getting the win in this match.
Yeah,
Good little match. So then we kicked it off. Dynamite started the whole thing here in Edmonton, and we kicked it off. They went right to a backstage brawl between it was Ospreay fighting all the members of the Death Riders, and then a SUV pulled up. Out rolled the Empire. I was marking. I had this with me.
Yeah, you had the banner out.
I was marking the hell out because all I wanted Ospreay. That's all I wanted. I just wanted Ospreay, and I got Ospreay, and I got the rest, and I got the Empire. Cal Newman, Francesco Akira, and Hanare. I was just over the moon for this. So they brawled out into brawled in the loading dock area, brawled out into the venue.
Arena.
Everything just went crazy. Everybody's fighting, and then the Death Riders ended up bailing out, and Ospreay challenged them to Chaos in Canada, as it was officially named. The main event would be Chaos in Canada.
Main event of Dynamite, a United Empire versus the Death Riders. Like we at this point we're like 5 minutes into the show. It has already far exceeded my expectations for Dynamite because I haven't really been watching.
Just the fact that they said the United Empire showed up and he called for an 8-man tag, even though it's 10 people here because 11 people here. Yuta's here in the backstage brawl and stuff, but he was not part of the match.
Yeah,
he was not involved in the match itself. But yeah, I think Yuta's in here, isn't he? Yeah, Yuta's there, second from the back.
Yeah, and then we have Marina Shafir and
Alex Windsor showing up with the Empire. The soon to be Mrs. Ospreay. Making her way into, and her and Marina are going to be facing off on the pre-show of Dynasty on the 0 hours. So kind of give them a little bit of way to fight here, and it went pretty good throughout here. So yeah, we got the brawl, and then we went into a 6-man tag team match. It was the Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita, former United Empire member Mark Davis, and Andrade El Idolo, taking on Darby Allin, Jungle Jack Perry, and replacing Brody King, the ROH World Champion Bandito. I thought absolutely tremendous match. That is this picture from Don Callis' family entrance, and then the start of the match there. I really had fun with this one. Bandito looking like the stuff this man does. And we'll talk more about crazy people doing crazy shit later. Yeah. Just the way he moves and the movements and the things, it's crazy. Just everybody. And Takeshita, I've seen that for him on TV. I don't know how many times. You're like, oh, but hearing it in the building, you hear that smack.
It echoed off the walls. Takeshita is a special talent, honestly. Like I first saw Takeshita I believe it was at a beercade. He debuted for AEW, had no clue who this guy was, and then I was watching future shows. I remember we went to Mel Balls at one point and Takeshita came out. We coined his true nickname, Hot Asian. Phenomenal talent. Every time I see him, I get more and more excited. And the fact that, well, that's a spoiler for later, but they're teasing something big with Takeshita coming up later in the show. I'm super excited. I have a couple things from this match that I want to highlight. First thing, Takeshita with the rolling double Chaos Theory German
triple.
It was a triple. I missed the first one. It's a triple Chaos Theory German from Takeshita to Darby on the walkway.
Yeah, on the rampway. Oh my god.
On the ramp. Yikes. And the other thing I have is we got a little Wolf of Wall Street moment in this match where Takeshita and Mark Davis, they grab Darby by his limbs and then they do the midget tossing thing where they toss him 3 rows into the crowd.
Oh, so good.
So good.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous. And then in the end, I think it was Mark Davis got the win here.
Mm-hmm.
I think, but the Don Callis family getting the win here.
Mark Davis actually was going to pin, but then Idolo made Mark Davis tag him in, and Idolo got the pin.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, and then they go to beat up the team some more. Then out comes the Rascals and the Young Bucks and Myron Reed, or they came out, and then was it Okada and Takeshita ended up fighting each other, like forming each other in the face.
Yeah,
repeatedly.
They were getting pissy. Don Callis had to come and break it up.
Well, Don Callis was going to, then he walked away, and then he made his goons break it up. That's yeah. Then we moved on. I know we got promos throughout, but I can't remember some of the promos. But yeah, we got Queen.
I will say that there was one promo I remember. Immediately after, there was the backstage promo with the Don Callis family. They brought up that it's going to be at Dynasty. It's going to be Takeshita and Okada versus the Young Bucks, I believe it was. Again, I could be wrong.
So we're calling him Are they Takesh Kata or are they?
I prefer Okeshita.
Okay, I was gonna say Okeshita. I'm excited.
And the important thing about that is Takeshita only agreed to being in that tag match if he got a shot at Okada's belt at a future show. So at Double or Nothing, it will be Takeshita and Okada.
But Don Callis also said to them, if they get along. So if they start fighting each other in this match, Callis can pull that championship match away from Takeshita.
And it ended with one of my favorite lines. Don Callis talking about Takeshita and Okada as Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. They shake hands and Okada goes, "Hello, Scottie Pippen. This is Michael fucking Jordan."
And Takeshi's pissed. He goes to attack him again. They get pulled apart. Absolutely.
Yeah, so good.
I think that happened a couple segments later. I think it happened after the next match, but whatever. It relates to this match. It relates to this one, but yeah. We moved on. Queen Aminata making her making her AEW return. Also, her return to Edmonton because she was here a couple years ago, or a year or two ago, with Top Talent Pro Wrestling, where I got to meet her and chat with her for a good 10 minutes. She was so cool. Coming out, and she is facing Willow Nightingale, making her way in for the TBS Championship. Absolutely tremendous match. Both these right off the hop. They go to shake hands, and Aminata kicks her in the gut and hits a spinning fisherman neck breaker, otherwise known to the local independent scene as Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah,
the move from former LPW champion Stephen Crow, or Grand Champion Stephen Crow. But yeah, I really enjoy this match. I think both these women actually killed it here. Aminata, there was a couple spots where I was like, "Oh my God, she's gonna win! Oh my God, she's gonna win!"
Oh my God, she
was short. And yeah, I just. Absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, it was a really awesome contest. Again, both of these women making their return to Edmonton. Willow had some absolute bangers in the past with LPW. Queen Aminata, we talked about being in top. Love both of these women, and they had a phenomenal match. Really, a lot of really close falls. And again, exactly like Andre said, a lot of really close times where it's like, oh my God, Aminata could actually do it. But in the end, it is Willow Nightingale picking up the win, retaining her TBS championship, and she slaps hands with the crowd. She's having a good time. It was a really great match.
And Hikaru Shida was in the crowd, and she had a little jaw jacking with her at the end there before it cut to break. Yeah.
Oh, I was so jealous of Faisal. Faisal was right next to her.
That bastard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we moved on from there. Again, we're not going to go super in depth. We're just going to go there. Jericho came out, did a great promo. I'm just going to bring that's his entrance. Jericho is here. He was chatting about coming back to AEW, talking about his contract, and he's going to sign his contract right here in the ring, and then he's interrupted by the Demand, aka Ricochet, and the Gates of Agony. So they come out. He gets the place chanted bald. We're chanting bald at him and everything. And he's saying that Jericho, he does give him some respect and saying he was one of the greatest and things like that. He said, but you're old. He's telling him he's old. He can't do it anymore. And Jericho is like, he's like, I got to think about this. It's like, all right, never mind. I'm ready to go. And he signs.
That was so funny. He's like, I got to make a real educated decision here. Turns around for a split second. All right, I made it.
Yeah, so he signs his contract, and then he says he has a choice to make because he gets to have wrestle against anybody at Dynasty. He makes fun of both. He says he could face his nephew in the crowd. I can't remember the name of the nephew, but yeah, he's like,
he could face the popcorn vendor in row 14.
Even though there wasn't one there. And he did say he had this was Kenny later on. Never mind. It was Ken, the Kenny one I got a problem with. Yeah. No, and he chatted about and then he says he could be, and he says, or I could face you, Ricochet. And then he goes, Ricochet bad mouths him, and he's like, and you just made the list. He did
yes. List. Oh my god. The crowd lost it. Biggest pop of the night for the return of the list. He got that back.
No, Empire's entrance. Biggest pop.
It was
I don't know. But there was a huge pop for
it was a phenomenal pop. The crowd blew up for the list. I love the list. This is like my era of WWE. Like that gimmick is one of my favorite things. Like if we're talking, it can't be number one, but we're talking top 5 Jericho tropes that he's ever done in his career. List has to be number 4 for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It was absolutely fun. And they set up Jericho versus Ricochet. We'll talk more about the matches that were set up at the end. We'll just quickly go through
we'll run through them.
Dynasty thing. Then we got Tommaso Ciampa making his Edmonton return debut. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's been here before. I can't remember. Probably with WWE at some point. And then he's taking Mascara Dorada. The winner will get the number 1 spot in the AEW TNT Gauntlet match because Kyle Fletcher had to vacate the championship due to injury. So we're getting a gauntlet match at Dynasty. The first entrant is decided here because this match can end even on the first 2 people. If one of them gets the pin, the match is over.
Okay, that makes more sense to me now. So it's just a first pinfall, but more people continually at. This is my fault for not watching the product because when they said they're fighting for number 1, and I thought see the Casino Gauntlet, it's like I thought it was like the Casino Battle Royale, and it's like, wait, why would you want number 1?
No, with the Casino Gauntlet, this match can end at any time. So the earlier it can be the better. But if you do get a later spot and the match lasts to your spot, you could be fresher to come in and take a win.
It is a balance.
Christian Cage did it. Christian Cage did that. He came in late and won it and ended up winning it because of the final entrant, Kill Switch, coming in to win it for him. But
that makes sense.
Yeah. So absolutely tremendous. This is where I was saying, like I talk about Bandito being able to move in just mysterious ways. Mascara Dorada, holy smoke. This dude, like I've watched this again on TV for so long, and just seeing him in person, seeing him move the way he does, is just like magic to see him move the way he does. And I was in complete awe watching him.
Unbelievable. There's a point in the match where he gets Ciampa up onto his shoulders in electric chair position, and then he flips Ciampa forward off of him and into a cutter.
Flipped him forward and then hit a neck. It was a neck breaker cutter.
Sorry, it was upside. Yeah. It was an inverted cutter, so a neck breaker. He hits a neck breaker. I have never seen that before. It's one of those things that is just like, wow. God, I love wrestling sometimes when they just do something that you've just never seen before. Mwah. Yeah, no, this was a really fun contest. It does end eventually. I forget. I think. Ciampa gets him in the powerbomb position, and he hits the backstabber powerbomb. I forget what he calls it, but the double knee into the powerbomb, and he gets the win off of that. He is number 1.
The lung. No, he hit the lung blower powerbomb, but he didn't win off that because he.
Oh, he didn't win off the lung blower. I thought he did.
He ran off. He won off of the running knee to the exposed knee to the face.
Oh yeah, he did win with that, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But absolutely, either way, Ciampa is number 1 in the TNT Casino Gauntlet this Sunday at Dynasty, and we'll get to who number 2 is later.
Yeah, as we talk about Collision. So we moved on from here. We had ENC making their way out to the ring, and this is the graphic I had to pick because one of the greatest lines in this promo, and it's all over.
Oh, it was such a good promo as well.
So we got ENC making their way out. We have a video, but again, we don't want to deal with copyright strikes, and then
we don't want to.
Mainly you just hear Adam singing.
We don't want to draw the ire of one Alter Bridge or Joe Tremonti. I love those guys, though.
And we don't need people making fun of. We don't need people like making fun of Adam's beautiful singing voice.
Yeah, at least you agree that it's beautiful. Thank you.
I think it is. But yeah, great hope for these guys. They're talking about FTR and dealing with all the crap, like and coming back with this, and then that's what I just Edge Cope, Adam Cope, whatever you want to call him. He's talking about them and their friendship breaking up and the breaking up of Rated FTR.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian gets the mic and he says they've been bad boys, and he had to go and see their mothers. And just to be clear, that means I went and banged both your moms.
Yeah. And then he goes on to say, hey, Stokely, I don't want you, and I especially don't want your mother to feel left out. So I'm going to see her. But the difference there is that I'm going to see her as one half of the AEW Tag Team Champions.
Yeah. And then FTR did make their way out. And as they're making their way out, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta make their way out from the crowd and attack the CNC Wrestle Factory, as I like to call them, from behind. And them and FTR beat down, and they lay out them. And then they end up Pillmanizing Christian's arm with the chair. And they leave looking victorious here. So the chances for CNC are going down a little bit come for Sunday because with Christian's arm being hurt.
Yeah, the arm is definitely going to be a factor. But I'm super excited for CNC and FTR, honestly. Like,
oh, me too.
Yeah, there's a ton to go over on the card, and we'll get there. But I'm excited for this one, probably the most of all for at least tag team wrestling.
Oh, 100%. So we then get a Darby Allin promo. I don't really remember what he said, but it was just kind of promoting his match with Andrade El Idolo on Sunday at Dynasty.
Yep.
And then we moved on to the main event match of the night. The Empire made their way out. Because they came out to the Empire / Cal Newman music first, and then Ospreay's music hit, and he came out. I was just, oh God!
It was by far the best.
I'm really getting goosebumps right now thinking about the feeling I got when, I just stood up holding the banner up. I got Adam to record the video for us
because I would have had the crowns up if I wasn't recording.
Oh my God! You did put the crown. You did stop the recording and put the crowns up with it at one point.
Yeah. It's like it is hard to put a number or a word on this entrance. This was by far the most gravitas. It was one of the best entrances on the night, and just the way the crowd lit up when we got to the part where we yell his name and he's just Ospreay. The crowd was electric.
Yeah. So it's Will Ospreay teaming up with he's recently reunited with the Empire in Japan. So he brought them over. He said in the backstage promo, he literally said it in the promo from Saturday at Secure Genesis, the post-match promo. He goes, "I'm having some trouble at work. I need my friends." So he brought. I'm thinking, they're going to show up at Dynasty to make sure that they don't.
No, but we got them tonight,
and they showed up. You had IWGP IWGP, not world anymore. It's just IWGP heavyweight champion back with the V4 belt. Callum Newman teaming up with Francesco Akira, the man who will win the Best of the Super Juniors this year. Teaming up with Aaron Harry, one of the meanest, baddest mofos out there. Teaming up with Will Ospreay, taking on the Death Riders of Pac, Daniel Garcia, Claudio Castagnoli, and
Gian Maxley.
So, dude, we're not going to go over everything here because this was just all out crazy for
just go watch the main if you can. Find a rerun, record it. Go find it because there's
plenty of alternative websites you can find this match on. But yeah, dude, this was crazy. Everything I wanted from this and more. Watching Callum Newman, there was a great. looking like a badass here. Ospreay looking amazing in here. There's just like this essentially quadruple tape or triple table spot. There's 4 table spots in this match, or actually this was a quadruple.
No, there was 5 tables.
5 table spots. So there's one where Claudio caught Henare on a dive off the stairs, started walking him halfway the ring, throws him up into a suplex, walks him like another halfway around the ring, suplexes him through a table. Absolutely tremendous. And then a little bit later in the match, Francesco, or was it? Yeah, Henare ends up putting Claudio through a table, coming off of the stairs, going through a table with this goddamn move, the Rampage, puts him right through the table.
Yeah.
Akira gets Garcia off from the apron with a powerbombs him into the table, but doesn't break. So Garcia's just laying on the table, all broken.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of the ring, Callum Newman goes to the top, double stomps Pac from off the top to the table through to the floor.
Yeah,
like crazy. And then you see Akira back up on the apron, does a leap off of the apron to try and they both bounce off the table. It just still wouldn't break.
Doesn't break again. I feel so bad because the
table bent in, but
it
both
didn't dent. They got close, but
yeah,
it's like you see things that you might see on other internet shows about things not necessarily going well. All I know is that I did yell, "I am the table" when Akira failed to get Garcia through the table twice.
And so in the ring, it's Ospreay and Moxley ends up hitting like 3 Death Riders in a row, and then he's going to put him through the table. That's leaning in the corner, but Newman comes in, attacks Moxley, sets up Ospreay to hit a hidden blade to Moxley, sending him through the table, like to go into the table with the hidden blade, and then he pulls him out. Ospreay pins Moxley 1, 2, 3, getting the momentum going to the main event, or going into their big match at the show, Crowns
at Dynasty.
Dynasty. I can't wait for him and Moxley to kill it. I'm so
gonna be a phenomenal thing. That main a crazy absolute. It literally was Chaos in Canada. Go find it. It is 100% worth the watch.
100%. And then the main event segment ended up being Kenny Omega making his return to Edmonton, as he said, in 25 years. But Mr. Omega, I remember meeting you at an RCW show here in Edmonton when you faced Scott Justice. I met you at that show.
I also met him at that show.
That was in 2015 or 2016, sir.
Yeah.
So only 10 or 11 years since you had been to Edmonton. So you lied there, but whatever.
That was a great time meeting him.
And if you want to, right here, since you're watching this on BackBreaker Media right now, if you want to see that match, go into the archives. It's in here.
Go find it. Go watch it. You'll see a young
Scott Justice versus Scott
Justice. You'll see a young me and a young Andre in the crowd. That was my first actual. Yeah, that was my first actual Omega match, because all I had known Omega for before that is the time he fought a 9-year-old Rio in Japan. That's the only match I knew him for.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we had him making his return to Edmonton. He spoke live, talking about being here and loving the professional wrestling and everything. Talking about MJF saying so good. And MJF did make his way out. On a carpet. They had a whole huge carpet.
The carpet that was shaded like his scarf.
And again, if you want the content of this promo, go check it out. They went back and forth. And then MJF went to attack, but Omega MJF tried to attack him, but MJF ended up hitting a beautiful V-trigger, putting MJF down with the 6 V-trigger, and then puts his foot on the arm, pulls the ring off the pinky, puts it on, and I'll let you finish it off.
And he finishes off the promo by saying, that he's going to win, and he finishes it off by bidding the crowd adieu with a goodbye, mwah, and good luck, bang.
Dude, and he did it with the pinky.
With the pinky, with the ring on. Perfect. Oh my god.
Like he put the
This was
pinky
my
out. It was the
goosebumps
best.
moment because I don't know the United Empire nearly as well as you do. That was my goosebumps moment, that entire
I
promo.
was so excited to watch this promo because I love Kenny Omega. The only thing would have better would have been able to see him wrestle, but I've seen him wrestle live before, so it's not like.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was. Yeah, go check it out. Kenny Omega, Scott Justice in the archive. But yeah, setting up their main event match at Dynasty, absolutely going to be
and I love the tagline for that match: "The Devil versus the God of Pro Wrestling." I love cheesy stuff like that. That is such a cool tagline for a match.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk Collision now, and as we're recording this Thursday, we are recording this on Thursday, but we're not dropping until Sunday morning. So anybody that will watch this video, you'll have seen Collision's already been out, so it's technically not spoilers. But as we recorded it is, Kenny with the ring. I forgot to put it up there. Yeah, Kenny with the ring, absolutely tremendous. Good buying night. So we go over to the Collision side of it all. Figured to put the graphic to show the split here.
Yeah.
So it kicked off with the Trios Championship match. It is the Dogs. The Dogs. We have David Finlay, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd. With Gabe Kidd, if you actually watched the promo, they did a promo on Dynamite too. I forgot to talk about that. Gabe Kidd had his grill. He had a grill, and people are like raising him online for having a grill in this day and age. But dude likes his grills, bro.
Let him have his grill. Come on.
So they're taking on the AEW Trios Champions, Jet Speed, Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight, and teaming up. They're with their their trios partner Mystico, and they came out to Mystico's music. Absolutely tremendous.
Mystico's music, phenomenal as well. I've never heard this song because I don't watch a lot of CMLL, but that song is magic.
Yeah. So absolutely tremendous match. I'm not going to go through too much here, but like that, just I've been again. This is another bucket list for me because I've been loving David Finlay for so long. I got to see him. Clark Connors looking for so long. I got to see him. Gabe Kidd, same thing. I got to see him. Kevin Knight. I got to see him. Mystico has been a revelation for me these last 2 years. Absolutely tremendous. And I've seen Mike Bailey wrestle live twice in the Edmonton area for Love Pro Wrestling. Absolutely. Because I watched him face Nicole Matthews on one show, watch him face on another show, and then he was here. And I think he was here another time for another show with LBW. But he just, oh my God, like.
Yeah, this is catnip. This is like a star-studded way to start off Collision.
Yeah, there's one spot in here where I think it's Kevin Knight had Gabe Kidd over his back while bent over, and Bailey comes off the top rope with the ultimate weapon, or the ultimate or his ultimate weapon, whatever he calls it, the backflip into the double knees to the back.
Oh my God, man!
And then we talked about Dorada, but Mystico, just like the original Sin Cara, dude, just the movement that this hand has, how he moves, how he flips, how he does everything. It's just.
He got a lot of crap when he was the original Sin Cara for doing a lot of botching, but at this point in his career, he is still incredibly smooth. His flips are immaculate. He is worthy of holding that CMLL title. And yeah, no, Mystico's just great. Like, go watch his matches. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, and then the end of this match, the Dogs win the AEW Trios Championship, which I marked out for because
it's the Dogs. It's David Finlay and Gabe Kidd winning a belt.
The Dogs, baby. The Dogs. Let's go, Dogs. Like it's the old two sweep where they curve it in a little bit, and it's like,
let's go, Dogs.
Go Dogs. And then I love it when they don't too sweet. They hit
the other side.
They hit the back of the fist. I love it so much. Yeah. But yeah, this was tremendous, and it was so cool to see David Finlay win a championship. See all the Dogs win a championship because like I've been such a fan of these guys for so long, and like I'm sad to see Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight lose because I love Kevin Knight. I think that dude is going to be a main event player for this company. 100. Like he's slowly making his way up there. Mike Bailey, I don't think he'll ever be an AEW World Champion, but he will be a TNT champion. He will be an international champion. He will be a super high mid card. Maybe he will challenge for the championship at some point. I don't know if he ever wins it, but he will be there. And again, I love these guys. It just was just absolutely tremendous to watch for me.
Phenomenal way to start, dude. Genuinely phenomenal. I can't say much more.
Other than the one promo, we didn't get any promos for the actual Collision side of it. So we did get one promo though.
The only promo we got post-match of the dogs. We get a promo with Orange Cassidy, and I can't remember who the other guy is. But Orange Cassidy, Orange Cassidy's on the phone, and he's talking like they get off the phone, and then they're like, "Hey, we're gonna get set up for a trios match with the dogs." And the guy turns to Orange Cassidy, and he's like, "Did you ask him?" And Orange Cassidy's like, "Oh no, I just forgot." He's like, "No, you call him back right now." And then
he goes, "See you on Sunday."
Yeah. So our personal thought, I know Andre brought this up, and I agree with him. Personal thought, this is probably Kyle O'Reilly that they're talking about.
Yeah. Well, he's been out for a little while. If he's healthy, he should bring him back in his hometown.
Yeah, Vancouver will pop.
He's from the Vancouver area. He's from BC, somewhere in that area. So Vancouver is his home. Some of it is he came up out there. So I really think he's going to end up being the third man he's part of the conglomeration. So it could be Ishii. It's very possibly Ishii. But I really do think it's Kyle. Because it's Kyle's home. Ishii.
Kyle makes the most sense.
And Ishii did just go out with an injury recently. They have to miss the New Japan Cup in March. So I don't know if Ishii's ready, but I don't know if Kyle's. Could be somebody else debuting that we don't know. It could be anybody. We don't know who's going to be, but I'm excited to see where that goes. So we went on from there, and we got the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada taking on Myron Reed of the Rascals.
This match is catnip. Again, I feel like every match on Collision is huge. This
is another one for me. We saw Myron Reed kill it with Leon Slater
at Victory Road. Yeah,
absolutely tremendous match. But I've never seen Okada wrestle live in person. I got to watch Okada wrestle live in person.
That was wild.
When they were here the last time, he just came out and brawled with Bryan Danielson. I think it was when he brawled with Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Leading to that the Stadium Stampede or something like that. But I was so excited to see Okada wrestle, and this match was absolutely tremendous, dude. I've always been impressed by Okada's drop kicks, how high they are. When he jumped and drop kicked Myron Reed off the top rope while he was sitting there, and he drop kicked in up here. The height this man gets on his drop kicks is just insane.
He's so explosive.
We got a beautiful with the hot fire flame over the top rope, hitting the cutter over the top rope to Okada on the apron, and he hits the hot fire flame cutter to the floor. Oh, that looked. But Okada did end it with the tombstone. He hit the tombstone, then finish it off with the Rainmaker, and Okada retains the championship. Absolutely tremendous match.
I had the next on the back of my hair stood up when he hit the Rainmaker. It's a move that legendary that's talked so highly in the lore of Japanese wrestling, and I got to see that happen live. To be fair, it's for AEW, but that is wild that I got to see him break out his move live. Phenomenal. I have nothing but praise for every match on this show.
Oh yeah, nothing disappointed. So we then went into some as we call them enhancement matches. So we had Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander taking on probably two of the biggest names on this show, to me at least, Gigi Rex and Ava Lawless teaming up to face off against Shida and Statlander. I was so excited here.
I was also super excited for this. Good to see that Gigi and Ava made up after having that breakdown and having to fight each other. I believe it was at WPW last show. They had a big moment, but they're back. It's the team of Millwood's Mustard, as I called them. which is of course a great reference to Mystery Wrestling.
Reference. Yeah. But yeah, this was a very much Hikaru Shida beat up Ava, and then Statlander got in the match, and Gigi got in the match, and then Statlander beat the shit out of Gigi, hit her with the Saturday night Saturday night special or Saturday Night Fever. Yeah. I can't remember what it's called.
One of them.
And puts her down for the 1, the 2, and the 3. It was a very short match.
Very standard enhancement match, but it was cool to see Ava and Gigi get their moment. Very happy for them.
Like, I gotta say this. Never say no to these kinds of matches. We saw what happened with what's her face? There's a team that said no, and then they got just the company hasn't worked with them since. And but High World for so long have been doing all these enhanced matches, get beat up every week, losing in 2 to 3 minutes every week. Both got signed by AEW. You never say no.
You don't say no to opportunities like this.
No, you never say no to this. And look at Ava's been on Collision 2 weeks in a row now. She was there last week. And now she's back with Gigi Ray. Absolutely tremendous. I was so excited for this. And I had such a good time watching this. It was sad to see my girls my favorite lose, but I was absolutely ecstatic to see them there. Yeah. Then we went on to another enhancement match. It was El Lobo, MD Anderson, and Kid Chocolate, Mojibari. Boo.
I called them Kid Lobo in my Instagram story. Kid Lobo.
Yeah, no Mo. I want no Mo of this. I want no Mo of him. But they take on the returning.
Yes.
Because guess what they do? They
hurt people. They hurt people.
They hurt.
I got to see MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and Bobby Lashley live. Yes.
This was absolutely phenomenal. And again, this was very much another enhancement match. Former ROH wrestler El Lobo Andy Anderson. He has appeared on ROH back in the 2000s a couple times. So getting beat up here. Kachaka getting beat up here. But the Hurt Syndicate does get the win. I think it was on Andy. They hit the super kick and then the spear and everything and put Andy down for the 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. Or was it? No, because Kachaka got beat the shit out of by Shelton Benjamin and sent to the floor before Andy got put down.
Yeah, no, Andy did take the pin there. And the crowd were loving this, the big return for the Hurt Syndicate. Like, the crowd were jumping for MVP. Like, MVP was basically like taking his cane and like conducting the crowd, and We Hurt People. It was an electric night.
But when Andy and Mo came out before the Hurt People came out, there were so many Andy and Mo chants in the crowd because, again, they know in this province, and I was chanting my ass off for Andy. I was chanting my ass off for Ava. I was chanting my ass off for GT. I went, good job, Mo, and that's about all. Proud of him for getting there, but I still don't like him. But yeah, I give all props to Mojibari for getting there. He is the Jericho Cruise Oceanic Champion. For a reason. But yeah, absolutely tremendous, Matt. I got again another couple minutes squash match, but it's
again, you don't say no to these kind of opportunities. Like, I can understand not wanting to lose, but you need to take that part of yourself and put it aside, and especially if you want to advance in the business. So yeah, I love seeing enhancement matches like this. Honestly, yeah, they're that your guys are gonna lose, but.
Yes. So I went on Cage Match this morning just to look at the over the road, and they didn't. And against Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander, they just had question marks on who they face at the show. So I emailed this morning saying it was Ava Lawless and Gigi Ray, and I got my email. I just checked it. It's been updated, and I got an email that says it has been updated. Thanks.
Nice. Way to go. You're continuing to supplement Cage Match. We love that.
Yes.
Yeah, phenomenal.
And the name on the thing says Sino Evil, and I think that's a dude that used to work with Post Wrestling. So if it is Sino, good job, Sino.
Thanks, Sino.
Yeah. But it just, I just saw it. I'm like, oh shit, they did update it, and I was one of the ones that and he said, hey, they updated because of what I sent them. Perfect.
Nice.
I'm happy with that. So then we moved on for these number 2 spot in the TNT Gauntlet match, Casino Gauntlet match at Dynasty. We get the 5-tool player Anthony Bowens taking on Roosh.
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 Roosh. Roosh.
El Toro Blanco. I love this guy. I love Roosh so much.
This match, this one had some time on it. Again, I understand there's probably going to be time counted out for commercials and stuff on the actual broadcast. But dude, these two had a really good match, both getting some incredible offense here. But in the end, El Toro Blanco with the bull's horns in the corner gets a goddamn win, and I love this match.
Which means for the TNT Casino Gauntlet, number 1 and 2, Ciampa and Roosh, they're gonna tear that house down at the start. It's gonna be a fun start to that match.
I really hope this match opens the show. I really think it should.
It should
be a great match to open Dynasty.
It would, it's a great way to set the tone. It's kind of like how back in the TNA days, you'd always start with the multi-man X Division match. It's just a great way to set the tone to start the show.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous. And again, these two I thought absolutely killed it here.
Absolutely. It was a phenomenal match. I really enjoyed it. I also really enjoyed Roosh breaking out the old Roosh Olympic Slam.
He did. Really did.
I forgot to mention something at the end of Dynamite. I have to bring this up because you told me to write it down. So in the transition between Dynamite and Collision, Tony Khan came out, and Tony Khan was very nice to the fans, very humble guy in terms of, saying that everyone here was great for giving them money. Thank you for that. And he brought up his favorite movie, and it was something we didn't expect, that his favorite film is Time Cop.
It's not a bad choice.
It's not a bad movie.
It's not a bad choice.
I'm
glad it's not like something like The Lake House or something.
Who likes The Lake House?
Somebody does. It made money.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I had to bring that up. But yeah, no.
He's talking about for the next couple hours. It's going to be Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Then you can go back to Thursday, and he was talking about time travel. So that's where
it was time cop rules. Yeah. It was fine. Yeah,
we moved on to a tag team match. It's the Young Bucks versus Hechicero and El Clone of the Don Callis family. Absolutely, again, another absolutely tremendous match here. Oh my god! Again, this is another one. Watching El Clone and Hechicero, the submission magician, Hechicero, just tying the Bucks up in just all these incredible holds. And I remember watching the match of him versus Zack Sabre Jr. and going, man, these two are amazing. And then seeing Hechicero do it in person oh my god. And then
that around the world spot that he did, where he was rolling one of the Jacksons around the ring,
in the rope, and he was like going through the rope. And there was a spot where he was set up for a Meltzer driver, and Hechicero pulled the other Jackson off the rope, and he kind of leaned forward, and then he was like curved backwards, and then just leaped up and kicked one of the Jacksons in the head. I was like, oh my god, the way this dude moves was incredible. But in the end, it hit a Canadian destroyer at one point. They hit a Canadian destroyer in Canada. The Bucks hit a Canadian destroyer in Canada. It was absolutely tremendous.
Great.
They did finish it. They hit, was it Clone? Hit Clone?
I think they hit Clone, yeah.
Yeah, I think they hit Clone with the Meltzer driver for the win. Oh, so good.
And for context, they had been teasing this Meltzer driver all night, because they teased the Meltzer driver in that segment where they ran in on Dynamite. Then they teased it like 3 more times in this match. So when they finally hit the Meltzer driver, the crowd lit up. It was great.
Yeah, so good. I absolutely think this match was tremendous. But the crowd was starting to parse out by this point, because this match went on at like 9:30, 9:40. This match started.
Yeah.
Like 15, 20-minute match. And then we still had one more match to go. So the crowd was like parsing out by this point, because they had been there for 3.5 hours.
People were starting to shuffle out, unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly. But again, the crowd that was there was reacting and going big for this match. Then your main event of the evening, it was the Toxic Spider, the AEW Women's Champion,
Tekla,
teaming up with Death Riders Marina Shafir to take on both of their opponents at the show, the Brawling Birds, and Jamie Hayter, and New Japan Strong Women's Champion
Alex Windsor, Mrs. Ospreay, future Mrs. Ospreay.
Oh my god, this match was absolutely tremendous. Like You could tell they were having so much fun with this, and oh my god, I absolutely love this match. I thought this was so good. All the women, and just seeing everybody doing the stuff that we had, just it was so good. And Marina Shafir, her kicks are lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
There was one guy in the crowd, and he was like the loudest guy in the crowd, and he was just yelling at Marina to whip they ass.
Yeah, and then the same dude was yelling. It was this dude that was fighting with Jamie, yelling, going back and forth. Jamie Hayter while she was in the corner on the apron, and she was flipping him off.
Yeah, we love that. That's what you need to do if you want to have banter with wrestlers. Don't throw shit. Don't be a dick.
Oh, let's talk about that.
We'll talk. Yeah, okay, fine. We did miss that in the opening match of Dynamite. During the run-in, it was during the run-in segment post-match.
It was right after. It was like at the end of the match. It was after the match
was
over.
Fucking dickhead on the floor,
like the
throws his drink,
his beer. I'm pretty sure
his beer goes everywhere. So this guy probably paid like $200-300 for that floor seat, and then he paid an additional $12 for that beer. And then he threw
20.
It was 20. Yeah, okay. No, that is Roger Place prices. Yeah. And then he paid an additional $20 for that beer. And then he threw his entire night away on match one
at Don Callis. But he did throw it at Don Callis. Like,
he threw it at Don Callis. That's like a half point in his favor. But you still threw away your whole night on the first match of Dynamite just to hit Don Callis with beer. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I was like, you're an idiot.
Everyone like immediately when it happened and like the security were like going to get him, everyone was chanting you fucked up.
The place chanted you fucked up. So I'm guaranteeing it's gonna have to. I haven't rewatched that segment yet, but I gotta imagine it got bleeped on TV.
It had to have been bleeped, but it was a phenomenal moment for everyone that wasn't that guy. Once again, don't throw shit at the ring or at the wrestlers or at the performers. They're trying to their job is to entertain you. You're not supposed to, fuck with that. Like, it just pisses me off. But he got his comeuppance. He got kicked out.
Yeah,
that's enough.
And the Brawling Birds, I think it was the Brawling Birds did get the win here. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the Brawling Birds did pick up the win at the end. Great way to close off the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a fun night, man. We saw the boss of BackBreaker Mania, Mr. Mike Malawine.
Yep, he was there.
I saw multiple. I saw Thaddeus Archer III and the new Thad Jr. was with him
Once again, congratulations, Thaddeus.
Congratulations, Thaddeus, and along with he was with Gavin, the ring announcer for CWE. He was
we saw Rick Jules and
saw Jules, saw JJ Spade, saw Eric. Actually, literally sitting directly in the seat in front of me was actually one of my dad's friends.
Yeah, it was wild. He turned around and was like, I know that voice.
Like, we're just sitting there talking, and then he just turns around and like, I know that voice, and I look, I'm like, Bob, and it was just
that was wild. There was so many cool people there. It was really nice to see everyone, and just seeing the amount of people on my feed that were at the show. Like pretty much every wrestler I follow regularly was at that show.
We saw Spencer Love, who was on the floor or is in the hundreds. When he put up his photo with Boris, and then we saw him on the floor at one point during Ava and Gigi.
Yeah,
he was on the floor.
He managed to get up front. That's his car salesmanship at work. One would seem.
I guess so. So before we get out of here, we're going to quickly go through the Dynamite card as it is right now on Thursday. As we record
the Dynasty card.
Dynasty. Yeah. And they're so close. That's what messes me up.
I mean, it started the same. Continue.
So we're gonna make quick predictions. We're gonna make some quick
predictions. All right.
Alex Windsor versus Marina Shafir on the 0 hour. What's your pick?
I have to go Alex Windsor here. I did not know this woman before this show. But Alex Windsor super impressed me with everything she did. It's going to be an absolute barn burner for the 0 hour. I do think Alex Windsor will pick up the win here.
I'm going with Shafir.
That's fair.
I think she's starting to steamroll towards doing a lot more single stuff, so I think Marina Shafir gets the win here.
Yeah, I respect
all right.
it.
For the AEW World Tag Team Champions, you got FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Howard with the man who gets no host, Stokely Hathaway.
Yeah.
Taking Cope and Cage, the CNC Wrestle Factory, as I like to call them, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage.
Yeah,
I'm going to say CNC.
Yeah, look, as much as FTR, they have the deck stacked in their favor. I believe in the CNC Wrestle Factory more than anything. Blame me for being Canadian. Blame me for these guys being my literal wrestling childhood. It's CNC Wrestle Factory all day.
Then we have the Casino Gauntlet match for the vacant TNT title. All we know is Tommaso Ciampa and Roosh, but I can't make a prediction on this one because don't really know who's going to be in the match.
Yeah, like if it were that it just ended with the first two, I would probably give it to Ciampa. Yeah, no, Roosh is good, but I think Ciampa deserves the TNT title. Like he's phenomenal.
He needs to get it back. He needs to get it back. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say because we only know two. I'm gonna say Roosh. I think Roosh should take it.
Yeah, but it could be literally anyone.
Oh, yeah, it could be anybody. I think he deserves a little more of a spotlight. Well, I guess Bowens we know is going to be in there, and Mascarado is going to be in there too. Because
they both have opportunities to be in there.
We do know 4 of them, so I'm going to say I'm still going to go with Roosh though.
I stick with Ciampa. Yeah.
And then we've got Chris Jericho versus Rick O'Shea. I'm going to go with Chris Jericho because it's a return match. I think
he's just coming back. It would be really dumb to put Baldy McBalderson over the returning Jericho. No offense to bald people. I have very good friends that are bald. And him being bald is not the issue. The issue is that he's Ricochet. Yeah.
Then we've got the Young Bucks versus the Don Callis family, Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita, Okeshita, otherwise known as Okeshita.
Okeshita, yeah.
I'm going to go with the Don Callis family because I think they're going to pick up the win and then they're going to brawl after, and it's going to set up their whole thing going into Double or Nothing in May.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with that. That is exactly what my thoughts are. It's going to be Okeshita for the win, followed by a sloppy brawl between the two men.
Then we got Andrade El Idolo taking on Darby Allin, and if Allin wins, he will win a future World Championship match. And that was the stipulation put up by MJF to say if he beats Andrade, he will give him a title shot. And then Kenny Omega has said that he will honor that stipulation that if Darby Allin can win, he will give Darby Allin a title shot. So I'm going to go with Andrade El Idolo. I think you're going to delay Darby Allin getting to the championship. I don't think it's the right time for him to be in the title picture, to be there right now. I'm going to say Andrade El Idolo, and then he somehow gets his way into a world title shot out of that.
Yeah, that's about what I think. As much as I would love Darby to have a world title shot, it definitely is. I feel like this is like a end of the year or like end of the summer story for Darby. I'm going to give it to Andrade, absolutely, for this.
And then for the AEW Women's World Championship, we have Tekla defending her championship against Jamie Hayter. I'm going to go with champion here.
Yeah, no, it as much as I love Jamie, it's Tekla. It's Tekla all day. She's too good.
I think Jamie is in a point right now where she's a great challenger, but I think her and Windsor are going to be in that tag team division, and they're eventually going to I think they're going to be the challengers for Divine Dominion at Double or Nothing, or possibly you could, if you can hold it off till All In at the end of August for them to be the challengers there. But that's 2 full papers plus for the time. I really think the Bonnie Brothers are going to be in the match at Double or Nothing for them. So I think it's just them working towards getting that title match. So yeah, I do not think she's winning. So yeah,
Tekla, I'm pretty sure it's Tekla.
Yeah. For my main event of the show, John Moxley versus Will Ospreay. For the old school Prey shirt right here. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna pick up my heart. I'm picking Ospreay to win this title championship. I don't know if it actually is going to, but I can't not say it.
Yeah, I don't have. It's such a wild card match between these two. Really could go either way. So I am also going with Ospreay. I'm going with my heart. Love the man way too much. It's got to be him.
Yeah, and then with the main event of the evening, it's MJF taking on Kenny Omega, the Devil versus the God of Professional Wrestling for the AEW Men's World Championship.
This is the hardest one. This is the hardest one of the whole show.
And MJF just won it a couple months ago, a few months ago.
Yeah,
and he put. He ended Copeland ever get, or not Copeland, Adam Page ever getting, Hangman Page ever getting another world title shot. You can't get another title shot now. So I'm gonna go with Kenny Omega. I think Omega wins it. He gets his run to go to All In, and then somebody's going to take the title off of him at All In. I think versus somebody in the main event at All In will be the big match. So
this is I have the same sentiment. Kenny wins and someone takes it off of him at All In. But my thought is it's going to be someone from the Don Callis family, possibly Andrade, but someone from the Don Callis family is going to take it from him at All In.
Interesting. Maybe Fletcher's back by then.
Oh God, Kenny and Fletcher. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
but that
please.
is it for our predictions for Dynasty. That is it for this episode of the Pop Spot. But before we get out of here, my friend, where can they find you?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on the Bluesky at awscomedy.bluesky.social. You can find me on the Instagrams at awscomedyeg. And if you want to watch me, Andreas, and my friend who will be at Dynasty, Malcolm, shoot the shit about Power Rangers. The newest episode is still in the can. We're waiting on a couple of new things to throw in the show. So that'll be up as soon as we have it ready. You can find all of our episodes of the Morph-a-mania Podcast on youtube.com/@humanoidfreak2515. And a quick shout out to the Grindstone Theater, my favorite place in Edmonton, subsidized theater space for new and emerging artists of all sorts. My show shout out this week is
make
going
sure
to be
you do it for next week because we're not.
Oh, I know. I have one
Sunday.
for next week.
Okay.
I have one for next week. Don't worry. Yeah. So my show recommendation for this episode is going to be another bacon wrapped sketch show. It's a sketch comedy show performed by the Fatty Lumpkin Players. Great name. It's fun. They're a great sketch comedy duo, a sketch comedy group, and I'm just going to briefly read their description. This show endeavors to answer age-old questions such as, are you paying too much to empty your bowels? Now that Mordor is gone, what are orcs to do? And are hamsters nature's perfect pet? And much, much more. It's an 18+ rated show. It's a sketch comedy show, once again, called Another Bacon Wrapped Sketch Show. That'll be Friday, April 17th at 7 p.m. at the Grindstone Theater. You can find that and all of their other shows on their calendar function at the grindstonetheater.ca. Check that all out. You can also find all of their shows on Show Pass if needed. That's enough from me. Andre C, where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me on the X and Bluesky at that Canada Guy, Instagram and Threads at that Canada. You can find me over on our local establishment where I do multiple point of view every Sunday, talking the world week in sports from the past week. And you can find me on Thursdays as I talk Daredevil on Marvel Talk as we chit chat the new season of Daredevil Born Again. I guess I'm doing it in 2 hours, but you can check out the episode we talked about, episode 4 of again, absolutely tremendous episode. Like, oh my God, can't wait to see what the rest of the season brings.
Oh yeah,
so check it out, and don't forget to check out BackBreaker Video, which you are watching right now. All the other great stuff in the content. Go check out Kenny Omega versus Scott Justice in our archives. Absolutely tremendous match right here on BackBreaker Video. And then you have all his of Mike's AEW watch-alongs right here. If you want to see more of those, you can watch them live at twitch.tv/MikeRep for that and all his great gaming content. And if you want to replay some of his gaming content, go to youtube.com/@backbreaker_gaming.
What a phenomenal show. Can I get a huge pop for that?
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. That brings us to the end of our special lead into Dynasty AEW in Edmonton show. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe to BackBreaker Video. Check out all the fun backlog and check out all the episodes of the Pop Spot. We got lots more coming down the pipe, including a new episode of Pop Spot Presents later this month. And until next time, stay poppin'. Bye-bye.